Hi guys, it's Chris here from SomeBloke who travels a lot. And today, well, I'm sitting in a railway station. Got a ticket for my destination, which today is Munich, the last city of this part of my Germany 2024 tour of all the host cities. Last week, we took the €5 low-cost train from Frankfurt to Stuttgart, and today we are at the opposite end of the spectrum, first class, on the Deutche Bahn ice train Stuttgart to Munich. And on my next trip, I'll be looking at the one in the middle, the €49 monthly pass on Deutsche Bahn's regional trains. So if you're interested in more about travelling around Germany, then it might be a good idea to subscribe. And if you ring the bell, YouTube will notify you when I publish those
Just
videos.
walked the length of my platform. It's June the 19th and I've realised all over Europe that means it's school trip time. There must be five, six groups of kids, and this is where I need to think. My super duper saver ticket might not have got me in the lounge, but it's still a first class ticket, so hopefully peace and quiet. Fingers crossed, eh?
Information on ICE 513 to Munich main station via Ulm. Departure 10:14. Delayed today by about 15 minutes. This is due to track repairs.
So my train arrived eventually. I didn't feel boarding it. It always seems to me when a train is delayed, there seems to be that sort of strange scrum to get on board. So I couldn't really film anything without annoying everybody around me. Anyway, before I show you around my seat and what I got for my first class ticket, I thought I'd show you the ticket first. Now, I booked this a month in advance, and for the first class ticket I paid around £40. I just went on the trainline.com, booked Stuttgart to Munich, reserved my seat, everything fine, non-exchangeable, non-refundable, but I was 99% sure I'd be doing that. So that was really good. Now, as a little test while I was waiting for my delayed train, I had a look on the train line and could see that the price of a ticket bought on the day was more than double. This ticket would be £93. So if you can book in advance, you can travel first class at a really cheap rate, and even their booking on the day is cheaper than a UK train. So yeah, I was impressed with that. Let's have a mooch around the seat and you can see what I thought of that. Now, the layout in first is excellent. You've got two duo seats opposite each other. You've got the seat I have, which is a duo, which is in airplane, facing forward. And also I'll show you when I leave the train, there's 4 seats. Pretty normal. But I'll also give you a wander down through economy. We're not on an aeroplane, Christopher. I'll give you a wander through the standard class. And I'll also show you the dining car, which I couldn't film, it was just too busy. But I'll show you that as we leave the train. Now, what do I think of the seat? Well, that's not my water bottle, that was where I arrived. Seat's excellent, he says. You can tell I'm not really buying that myself. Just a little bit scruffy. Although it wasn't tired, it looked new. Just biscuit crumbs here and there, you know. And it wasn't just my seat. You know, when I walked along the train, I did notice that, you know, there isn't. I suppose the train is stopping and starting. People are getting on and off, but it says first class, and it didn't feel like first class. It's got all the gadgets in the seat, as you can see. We've got a headrest that goes up and down. We've got a reading light. I found it a very good space if I'd wanted to do some work. I never want to do any work, but I got my laptop out with no problem. There was power charging. You see here, it's just another seat. Just all looks a little bit. Could someone come down and wipe these seats? I don't know. Anyway, there's your duo seat again. As I said, I'll show you the 4. But yeah, I could set up very easily. I've got my phone, I've got my water, I've got my laptop. Leg room, yeah, excellent. plenty there. No one was sat next to me. And then after the nightmare of visiting the bathroom on the Flix train, this was perfectly adequate. I know train lavatories can be a little bit eye-opening, but yeah, no, this was fine. It was good. But the best, the in-flight, in-train entertainment system. If you're thinking you couldn't spot the screens anywhere in that seat, that's because there aren't any. The in-train portal is on your own device, so you just connect to it, gives you all your information, train times, next stop, etc, etc. Speed was pretty good for a train, 2.7, so you can actually check some emails and use your phone, laptop with some sort of level of internet. You also have through the portal in-seat service, which I didn't use. Happy with my water. But you've got music, films in multiple languages, which is really good. So if I'd fancied watching Fast and the Furious, I could have watched it in a multitude of languages. So I thought it was a good little system that they had on board. So I was quite pleased with that. I didn't actually watch anything, because if you watch my flight report, you'll know I still have never watched an in-flight movie, and I wasn't going to break my duck on a train, surely.
Herzlich willkommen an die rollende Aufstiege sind Richtung rechts. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we arrived in Munich. We weren't on time, but I think it made up a few minutes, but I wasn't really clock watching. Here's the dining car. I couldn't film in here earlier, it was just packed. And I don't know if it was necessarily packed that people were dining. It may have been that they wanted to sit in posher seats than economy. I did notice a lot of that. I noticed quite a few people moved out first class because they were chancing their arm with a ticket. I don't know if that's a thing on German trains, but I did notice a bit of it. And I don't understand why, because this is the economy carriage. I keep saying economy. The standard class carriage, and it looks perfectly fine to me. To the point of, if I was doing a tour of Germany, especially in 2024, and you might be moving around a lot, I wouldn't have a problem travelling on the ice train in economy. I'm not going to stop saying it, am I? So let's bear with me. Yeah. So did I enjoy it? Did I think it was great value? I thought it was exceptional value for £40. Could somebody have gone around and wiped the seats at each station? Yeah, possibly. If you're going to call it a first class product, it really should be. First class isn't just about that the train looks super modern and impressive, which I do think the ice train does. So next time round on the trains, we're on the regional trains. So I hope that's been useful for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you want to see more of my travels, mostly on aeroplanes, as you've probably worked that one out, please do consider subscribing to the channel and ring the bell. Anyway, thanks guys. Happy travels.